Hello, good evening, everybody. I do hope you're well. It's been a little while since we've done a live. So I do hope that some of you are able to join me live. If not, perhaps you're watching back on the replay. So if you are with me live, please give me a thumbs up. Do pop me a note in the comments. And also, if you're watching on replay as well, just so that I can acknowledge you and say hello. So let's see who is going to be first in the house tonight. Now, we are live streaming across YouTube and across Facebook. Hello, Jan. Jan is first in the house tonight. So we're going to be doing a I'm always cautious to say very easy project because something's destined to go wrong, isn't it, if I say very easy? But it's pretty straightforward and it's very bling, very sparkly, very beautiful. Hello, Vic. Lovely to have you join. Likewise for you, Gemma. Just checking you can all hear me, all see me okay. Hello, Sue. Lovely to have you join too. So I made this one earlier on as well. Do you know what? These would make really, really beautiful choker necklaces as well. So I don't have any necklace memory wire, but perhaps I should get some because you could have a necklace, choker necklace. I suppose you don't necessarily even need the memory wire. But anyway, that's a bracelet. And I haven't got any gold memory wire, but to be honest, gold and silver this year, work in both colours, are the trend apparently. So I've used silver. I take my blue tack off because I was using that for photography. Now I've got more on order. They're selling out quite quickly in my Facebook group. Let's just, for anybody new, there's my Facebook group. Things never really seem to quite get to my website because they sell out quite quickly. This is my website. Oh, hang on. My website going along the bottom there. Yes, I've got more colours coming and hopefully they should be with me next week, I would imagine. So anyway, should we get started? Let's go on the overhead. Now we're going to be finished way in time for Traitors. Any Traitors fans out there? I have to confess, I am a real Traitors fan. I love it. And I love the celebrity one as well. It was fab. Right, there we go. Oh, lovely. We've got a few more of you joining. Hello, Jane. Hello, Trisha. So just let me know, did you all, it seems an age away, but did you all have a good Christmas and New Year? Hello, Annette. Vic says, oh no, can you please save me one of the bundles if they're selling out quickly? Probably best to hop on over to the group, Vic, and reserve them, because if somebody reserves them while I'm live, it's really difficult for me to reserve it whilst I'm on here. But we've got some coming really, really soon. Right, okay. So this is one of them. This is using teardrops, and these are using diamond shaped ones. Now I think the ones I've got coming will actually be square shaped, which are slightly easier to thread. So what we're going to start off with is the diamond shaped ones to begin with. So you're just going to need 2 full loops of memory wire, and I've used 15 links, but if you want to make yours last, so say for example you want to maybe get 3 bracelets out of the bundles that you've bought, I'll show you how to do it. You can just use maybe 5 for the center instead and do the rest with all of these little beads. These are metallized acrylic beads, really sweet. Okay, and I'm just going to lay out. I have to be honest with you, I've kind of used what's left from the from the bundles, which is not an awful lot. So I am going to just play around with some of the colours. Let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4. How many colours did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to perhaps have a few less this time. 2, but you can do what you like. You can have a block of colours if you want to. Now, some of you have bought these before because you've actually used them in bead embroidery. They are very, very nice to use in bead embroidery. Go there and there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right. That is not a very good pattern. 13. Well, we'll stick with 13 for now. Carol is saying, is the same memory wire we used earlier in the year? Is it just one size? There's a really good question, actually, Jan. There are different thicknesses. The 1 mil thick won't go through the holes in this, so you need 0.8 or 0.6. 0.6 I find is a little bit flimsy, so we've got 0.8, which I think was the thickness I sold earlier on in the year. Jan loves diamond and square shapes. And hello, Carol. She couldn't find us on Facebook. We're in the Facebook page, which we used to broadcast in the group. Right, okay. For reasons that the software that I use won't let me broadcast in my group anymore. So if you're cutting memory wire, I would suggest you get memory wire cutters. I can order some in for you on my next order if you want me to. Don't do as I did and get yourself a nice little, whatchamacallit, whatever I did. I pinched my fingers up there. It hurt. Don't do that. So anyway, if you're not going to use memory wire cutters, use an old cutter, because the old cutter, there we go, because the old cutters that aren't so precious to you won't get ruined. What I'm trying to get at is, unless you are using memory wire cutters, they will ruin your pliers. So that would be my suggestion to you if you haven't got any memory wire cutters. So I have made a loop. I think these are too thick. Those are the ones not to use. I obviously tested those out. So we're going to do a full memory wire, so a full loop, but you want it overlapped. Okay. Blood Blisters, that's the one. That is the name. Right, so you're going to need your round nose pliers. And first of all, we're going to turn an end loop. So going about 1 centimetre down from the end of your pliers, and you're going to twist. And what you want to do is just slightly overlap the end, because what you don't want to happen is sometimes if you don't form a full loop, those little beads get stuck underneath the loop. So we're going to do one side and keep the other end open, but do a loop on the other memory wire as well. Okay, so first of all, I am going to add 2 of these little round beads on either side. 2 on there and 2 on here. Now, if you want to be precious and get more bracelets out of your little bundle, then what I'd suggest you do, I think I used about 25 beads and then sort of 5 in the center. Okay, so I hope this goes all right whilst we're doing it live, because it can be a bit fiddly. Now, if I turn it on the back, you can see on this one, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join corner across. Okay. So that is one side. And then you're going to do the same, but join on the other side. So just turn that over. And sometimes you just need a little bit of a gentle persuasion. Okay, and then going to push that all the way down, like so. So then we're going to add another few beads. Now I think I'm going to go for 3 beads in between because I'm using less. Hello Betty, it's lovely to have you join. Now, is everybody safe and well? We're getting all of these reports, aren't we, about the weather? It's just wet here at the moment, but hope everybody is okay. And hope we don't get any sort of bad weather overnight, but you just never know. The weather reports change so quickly, don't they? So again, we're just going across those 2 holes. Hi Liz, do not worry. And then we just flip that over. So you just need to remember to maintain the right side. What I mean by that is you don't want to sort of start getting them mixed up. You wouldn't want this one to sit that side because then it'll be upside down. There we go. No, you haven't missed lots at all, Liz. We have just literally trimmed the memory wire, formed a loop on the bottom, and we are just stringing beads. So Sue says it's wet and very windy here in Plymouth. And Jan says, just waiting for the snow. Been raining all afternoon, so I don't think the snow will last. No, I don't think so. At least we hope not anyway. We've been very fortunate so far. Jane says, just rain here too, but a friend over near Evesham says it's snowing there. Well, they can keep the snow over in Evesham, can't they, Jane? Because we don't all want it, do we? Betty says she's got 6 inches of snow. Digging the car out to get to work was hard going and the roads were awful to drive on. Oh, gosh, Betsy, because you're right up in Scotland, aren't you? Oh, you stay safe, Betty. Betty, I apologise if I call you Betsy from time to time. I'm sure I have, and I do apologise. We do have a Betsy in the group, but you're Betty, not Betsy. I'm a nightmare, I'm sorry. Jan loves having snow. Every now and then it can get a little bit fiddly. Right. Just want to make sure that I've got this on the right side. I think this is the trickiest part of this, is just guiding that memory wire. So there we go. It's just a slightly different design to the other ones, but I always think at least you know the technique, and then I can actually just design some different ones for you so that you've got more options. But what have you all been making? Have you all had a break from making, or have you been taking up a different hobby over Christmas? Now, every Christmas, I do like, if I can, to do some crochet. I love crochet, but probably like many of you, I don't get the time. So I ordered myself a crochet blanket. I actually ordered it from Vinted. I went to one of our local shops and then he wanted a little kit, just a small blanket. It was like 40-50 pounds. I thought, oh, I don't mind spending 40-50 pounds, but I'm not probably going to do a great deal with it after. It's more sort of enjoyment. So I actually went on Vinted and I got a lovely little bundle, a kit. I think it was an Aldi kit. I mean, the Aldi kits are always really reasonable. So anyway, I'm busy doing my crochet, thinking I am really chuffed with myself. I'm really steaming away. And then I had a light bulb moment and I thought, I think I've done this wrong. And guess what? I had. And instead of doing the same pattern where it stays straight either side, what I've been doing is I've been increasing. So it was becoming like a triangular bracelet. And my mum and my partner said, well, does it really matter? I went, yeah, it's really bothering me. And they went, surely you're not going to undo it all. I went, yeah, I think I am. So I haven't actually undone it all, but I've started again. And I'm just going to unravel the wool as I need it. But it just really bothers me. Even if I don't use it that much, it's got to be right. So here we go. We're going quite nicely. Let's have a look. Sue says, very pretty. Thank you, Sue. Betty said, thank you. I love the snow. We've had it for 4 days. -12 this morning. Good grief. Gosh, you need your thermals for that, don't you, Betty? Thermals and the rest. Jan said her jade arrived today. It's gorgeous. Oh, I'm so pleased you like it. That was the golden silk jade, wasn't it? Oh, I adore that. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so pleased it's arrived. Jane has just finished one blanket from Sands, 4 Sands, and halfway through another. My January job every year. Oh, that's really a lovely thing to do. And Jan crochets lots. So I've got a few questions for you. So Jane, how long does it take you to crochet a blanket? Do you find that you get quicker? And Jan, what do you like to crochet? Or anybody else that does crochet, what do you like to do? There's also that beautiful Tunisian crocheting as well. Now, I love a bit of crochet jewellery, but I've never had great success in demonstrating it online. I'm not going to lie. I think because you need a nice light tension, not that I get nervous when I'm doing lives. I don't really get, nervous per se doing lives. I really enjoy them. But when you're thinking, oh, this is a challenge, it doesn't always flow that well. So Vic said the jade is gorgeous. That was my favourite. Oh, I'm so pleased you all like it because, it's one of my favourite jobs is to order the stock for our auction. And I like to get things that are a bit different, but equally beautiful. So I'm so pleased you like them. Jan said we had 4 days of snow too. but only -5. It's just gone, so waiting for the next lot. It does look so beautiful. It looks beautiful across the fields. It is lovely, isn't it? I went out I try and get out for a walk most days if, when it's like this, because it's not safe to go on my bike. And I do love it. So beautiful, so refreshing. Now, Liz loves the lapis. Oh, the lapis was a very good buy. I did get that on a real steal deal, the lapis, which I passed on to you all. So pleased you like that. The crochet, Jan crochets hats, scarves, blankets of granny squares. So do you sort of do your granny squares and then you join them all afterwards? I think that's what you have to do with granny squares, isn't it? Gemma likes to crochet animal toys. I did a temperature blanket last year. Oh, tell me more, Gemma. What is a temperature blanket? Is that down to the materials that you use on it? I'm very intrigued. And I'm in great admiration of you all doing all of these projects as well and doing the animals, because it's not always that easy, is it? I suppose once you get into the swing of it, it's easy. My daughter's very good at crochet. She's just done her first top. She's done a lot of sort of toys and did me the cutest teddy bear in that gorgeous, it's almost like a soft, I don't know what you'd call it, but a very soft, fluffy fabric. So Jane says it depends on the pattern and the size of the blanket. The Sans one I knit, but do granny square lap blankets, can do one in less than a week. That's impressive. That's really, it's very relaxing, isn't it? Except when you don't, you do your blanket and you don't follow the pattern correctly, like me. So Jan made a pile of squares, then joined them. Yes, please take a photo for me later. Would love to see that. Betty says it just keeps snowing here without a thaw between Jan. We've not had the gritter here as they're so busy on the trunk and bus routes. Right. I suppose, yeah, they can't do, I suppose they can't do all, can they? So this is coming along nicely. And I do like the mixed colours. Do you know, I think this looks quite sort of high-end costume jewellery. I think when you look at the pictures, you kind of think, well, how, I don't know what your thoughts were, but it's, you look at it and you think it's going to be a lot more complicated than it actually is. But I'm sure you'll agree that this is pretty straightforward. So Jane says it gives me something to do when Rob has sport on TV. Oh, I'm totally with you on that. For my partner, it's the rugby. Other than that, he doesn't really watch a lot of sport. But for the rugby, I'm sure, being a Welsh lady though, Jane, are you into rugby? So Gemma, you choose colours for certain temperatures, then each day you use the colour for the temperature that day to crochet one row. By the end of the year, you have 365 showing the weather for the year. That is genius. I love that, Gemma. Never heard of that before. But I guess you could really translate that into lots of different crafts, couldn't you? You could even translate that into your jewellery making, couldn't you? The glitter doesn't reach us either, as we're rural in Buckinghamshire. So in a way, it's beautiful to look at, isn't it? But not so good underfoot. And Gemma says, wow, Gemma, that sounds really fab. It really does. Okie dokie. I think I've just got one left. One. You can always pop a clasp on this as well if you want to, but I did find that it's quite sturdy anyway. But the colour, I can't even remember the colours that I've ordered, but I know I've got some more blues. I know I've got some sort of jade green colours coming in these as well. I thought you'd be a rugby lover. Yes, it is your national sport. Right. It gets a little bit fiddlier towards the end. I think I'm just making it look more difficult than it actually is. There we go. What are the diamond beads called, says Vic. Vic, they are rhinestone connectors. Sometimes I refer to them as sew-on connectors. This is a thing, sometimes it's quite difficult to find, but I will endeavour to keep you stocked up. And I can order more fairly quickly. Oh, there we go. It's just that last bit. This is going to be a cut. Oh, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Betty. Perhaps you could explain it to me. It's probably me having a moment. Now, we've completed that, but what we're going to do is we need to finish off. So if you imagine when you're doing a pair of earrings, you always leave about 1 centimetre at the end. So that's what we're going to do. Do be careful with those pliers. Make sure your beads are right at the end, because otherwise you do it and you end up with a big gap. And then I like to turn my loops under, but I know some people like to turn the loops up. No right or wrong, entirely up to you. Some of you might prefer to do smaller loops as well. I think that's the only thing with memory wire, is it can be a bit tough on the hands. But I think if any of you sell your jewellery, I honestly think these are very quick projects to do, and I think they would catch a lot of attention on your stand. So that's just something to bear in mind, is that they might be well worth making a selection of them just to draw people's attention. Oh, Betty said, sorry, cold fingers, is it going to be a kit? I've got bundles in the group, actually, Betty. So the bundles have got 15 of these. They've got a pack of these, which I think have got over maybe 100, 200 in them, I'm not sure, and 10 coils of memory wire. They are going quite quick. I think I've got a few left, but I'll be putting more up there as soon as I've got my delivery. So we've still got a bit of time. So I think what I'll do is I'll just show you how we do this one. But these are really comfy. Where are you? Really comfy to wear. So instead of this one, This one I have used, oh, that does stand out more, the blue, doesn't it? The blue is beautiful. So I've got 2 separators in between on this one. I've got 3 in between on that one. I think I prefer the one with the 2, but again, it's entirely up to you. You could also just have 5 in the middle. They're quite nice actually layered up, to be honest. So let's have a little look at this one, shall we? I do love these. Now the bundles that we've got for these, I think you've got, I can't remember how many, but you've got the blues and the greens. Now I'm just going to use 3 because that's all I've got left. The rest are all for sale in the group. So we start off exactly the same. You are going to go cut 2 memory wire bits. But if you do want me to copy you in once the stock arrives, just send me a messenger and just ask me for a reminder, and I'll make a list. Got to go, says Jan. Thank you for joining, Jan. So pleased you're with us, and have a lovely evening. But as you can see, they're super quick to make, aren't they? So how many of you have got your auction orders? Most of them, I think, were sent tracked. Any orders £15 and above were sent tracked, which has been much better for me, really, because I've had parcels go missing, or it takes a week or something. So I'm hoping that that's going to be better for you all, and that it came a lot speedier for you as well. And it's still, you know, a reasonable price. But we'd love to know if you've got plans, if you're just going to sit and enjoy it for a while. Now I've got so many projects that I want to do, but I have to say at the moment, well, I'm on Jewellery Maker pretty much every week in January. Haven't had my February rota yet, so I'm really happy about that because I do love doing the shows on Jewellery Maker. But where I'm constantly designing and making, when it comes to the evening to doing my own, I'm too pooped. I just want something I don't need to concentrate too much on. Not that I'd have to, but so I will get round to I've got some Baroque pearls. Oh, I'm so excited about doing something with those. I treated myself just before Christmas to some Baroque pearls. Oh my goodness, they are so beautiful. I should show you them, really. They come in the most glorious box. So Sue said, got mine. They are beautiful. Oh, I'm so pleased. Trisha's arrived yesterday. Gemma, she's got hers. Love everything. The lapis is stunning. The lapis is really beautiful, and it makes such a difference when there's no dye content in the lapis as well. It's just so natural and beautiful. Jane, mine arrived yesterday. Thank you. Lots of lovely beads. Jane, that was good going. That was really good going. What projects are you wanting to do? The projects I want to do, they're not very complicated, but the Baroque pearls that I've got are, I want to actually pearl knot them, and I actually want to add purple garnet in, and possibly the hessonite garnet in as well, because I absolutely love the garnet. Right, so these are a slightly different obviously completely different, not slightly different shape, but these go straight across instead, so you don't have to go in at an angle. So let's pop that on there, and then we need to add the same number of beads the other side. So I'm just going to add 3 on. I'm just looking at this. If we had necklace memory wire, wouldn't that be beautiful as a necklace? Oh, just on its own. Just like a sitting on the nape of the neck. Annette's got hers. Brilliant. Now, I'm probably going to be doing 2 auctions a month, where on some of them you've got sort of like a second opportunity to perhaps buy anything that might be left from previous, but sort of mixing it all up so that you've got lots of new stuff in there. Basically, because I have less time to post things in the group, I find I'm finding it easier to do a couple of auctions. So I do hope that works okay for all of you. I'm still going to post in the group, but I can give you, you know, lots of new goodies. But do let me know if you think that sounds okay. If there's anything in particular that you're looking for. Now, I've got some sterling silver findings that I've got coming up as well. But it'll be a complete range of price again. You know, having some more high-end items in there as well as having some bargain items. So basically, there's something for everyone. But do let me know. And also, I really do love, and I know my mum does as well, I do love catching up with you all. And it's fun buying. So what else have I got coming up? I'm just trying to think. Do you know, I forget what I've ordered. Annette says, be pretty as earrings. Yes, they would. I look forward to the auctions, but miss a lot because parents' evening at schools are always on a Thursday. Oh, I have to tell them it's just not on. It's just not convenient. But I think the 7 o'clock seems to work a lot better for folks as well. Right. Oh, 1, 2. How are we doing for time? We're doing all right for time. Just make sure I'm still on camera. 1, 2. Right, I think I'm going to trim one of them down because it's slightly annoying me, the fact that I've got one longer than the other. Right, what I've done, we'll have a clear one on this one, is I've switched over the shape. I'll show you what I mean by that. So one goes with the point that way and one has the point that way. I'm just going to have 3 on this one. And this one will have the point at the top. One. But do let me know if there's something that you're looking for beads wise. Perhaps even if it's something that we've had before that you want a repeat of, and you missed the opportunity to get, do let me know. Some things completely sell out and I don't get opportunity to buy them again. Some things, or most things, I can still get, but not always at the price. And particularly silver. Silver is ridiculously increased in price. Now, I think I'm going to have one longer than the other on each side. However, it's going to give you an idea as to how to do it. And like I say, you could do this for necklaces. If you think you might like some necklace memory wire, let me know. I can order that. I can do some tutorials for you on that as well. Right, nearly there. And then we just do that little loop. Right, now I seem to have run out of gold beads that I've got available, so let's just show you what we've done. So we've got up, down, down, 2 beads in between, and then that's the side that I've done. Then you've got that going around the side, and like I say, you can always have a jump ring on there and a clasp, entirely up to you. So lots to think about. That one's got a 5 and a 3, so you can make them go as far as you like. Liz says, can you get lab grown 6mm black opal beads? Hubby asking. I don't know is the answer. I don't think so. I don't think my suppliers do that, but I will check. Gemma said, I'd love some necklaces, some necklace memory wire. No problem. Betty, I miss a lot of auctions due to getting to work and not finishing until 8. Totally understandable. And also, Betty, I always put up the list after the auction so that you can see what's available to you. And I can always send you the spreadsheet afterwards. Sue says, really like them. Jane says she needs ideas for using up small quantities of superior. I have a box full of them. I'm glad you like them. So you've got 2 different styles. Shall I show you my Baroque pearls? Would you like to see them? So these are the ones that I treated myself to. I have to say, jewellery maker really do the finest pearls. Baroque pearls are really expensive, which is why it was a treat. And these are for me. And I have to say, I ordered some Baroque pearls. They often say if something's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And I ordered some Baroque pearls from somewhere else, and they were awful. I sent them back. They were pitted and not very nice. So anyway, it comes in this. Hang on, let's go back a bit. So it comes in this beautiful pink box, and clip it open. Clip it open. And so these are Baroque pearls. So such a pretty little box. See, I haven't even taken them. I haven't even handled them yet. But it's so beautifully presented. Oh, I just love them. Normally you would just do maybe a pendant, just use one of them, but I have to say, I think I'm going to use them all. Sue says I've put myself a ban on from JM. Do you know what, Sue? I can totally understand that. I'm still buying things while I'm doing a show. I bought, I actually came home with it. I actually came home with a little desk organizer yesterday. So anyway, those are my pearls, and it came with a 3-strand connector. Actually, it's not, it's a 5-strand, but not quite sure why, because I won't be using it with this. But then it's really nice to have, and some silk. So yeah, I love it. Very excited to be able to do something with it, but oh, it's so nice. Well, we're nearly done. Well, we're done with our tutorial. I'm just going to come off the overhead. Vic said she liked to see a tutorial for super duos. Okie dokie. I think I've got some. I think I've got some on my YouTube channel. I can certainly do one, but I don't have any stocks of super duos. So I kind of need to organise that first before I do any tutorials. But in the meantime, I will see if I can find some, because we did a beautiful rope. Very easy rope, and I love doing those. I'm glad you like them, so I'm really excited to do them, but it's not something, when you've treated yourself to something like that, it's not something you want to rush, is it? But I'd be wearing them all the time, and I refuse to wait for special occasions to wear beautiful jewellery. I don't know how you all feel, but my ex-husband's mum, who I love dearly, she's a wonderful lady, she used to have some beautiful jewellery. She kept it all in the safe. I just think, oh, that's such a shame. Beautiful jewellery is to be worn, isn't it? And enjoyed. Anyway, I've babbled on. Thank you for your company. I will see you all next week. I won't be doing a live on Thursday because I'm at Jewellery Maker on Friday, and I'll be up at the Cracker Sparrows. But I'll keep you posted as to what day I'm going live and what we're doing. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.